I just got through A Journey in the Dark in my big Lord of the Rings reread here. It's one of the chapters I thoroughly enjoy, so I better savor it because I'm in for some chapters that I don't enjoy quite as much. But anyway, the company has been diverted. They were trying to pass over the mountains, but this sinister snowstorm and voices on the wind cropped up, so they believe it was caused by some malicious magic. And now they're left with a couple of choices, one of them being Moria. Nobody wants to go to Moria. In fact, there's one part where Boromir's just like, I will not go into Moria unless the whole company is against me. And then a minute later, they hear these wolves' voices on the wind, and he's just like, so how far is it to Moria again? And so that's the course they choose on, and while they're going there, they're encountering all these monsters. Gandalf unleashes his true power on some wolves. There's the Watcher in the water, and then they finally get into Moria. Now, we've had this reputation built up about Moria. Gandalf and Aragorn have both been there, but because it's such a vast network of tunnels, they don't really know their way around. So this is the first place they've been to where the company doesn't really know what to expect. And at the Council of Elrond, we heard that these long-abandoned tunnels were attempted to be reclaimed by this army of dwarves, and we don't know what happened to them. So Gimli believes that they'll be welcomed into Moria by a host of his own kin, and then they finally get in, and it's dark and dead and abandoned, no sign of the dwarves. So it's a really great way of setting up this sinister atmosphere, but they hear this tapping in the tunnels, so there's something around. It's really great. There's also these hints that, once Moria was this wonderful kingdom, it was a happy place from happier times. The history that Tolkien sets up around this place is one of the few times where him going way into the weeds into his own history feels really effective in setting the mood. And part of what makes this chapter come to life for me is I feel like I've been to Moria before. Years ago, I went to what is called the Wieliczka Salt Mine in Poland, which I highly recommend you look up because it is incredible. It's a kilometer deep, 300 kilometers worth of tunnels, almost 800 years old, and it's got chapels and churches and schools and hospitals down there. People used to live down there. There's sculptures of all of these mythical figures and Christian heroes, and so it feels like it's something straight out of Tolkien, all these underground lakes. So it really makes me feel like I can put myself in the setting. So yeah, this is a couple of my favorite chapters in Lord of the Rings. Follow along as I continue my reread and my updates.